Hello, good evening, Malika. How are you doing today?
Hello, Ziv. How are you doing, my friend? I'm doing good. Baruch Hashem, I'm doing good. Looking forward to answer your question as always and to get some light inside the darkness because most people they want some answer and unfortunately they don't have the right answer they're looking for because they're still asking over and over and are looking forward to answer your questions and
Yeah, thank
hopefully,
you.
yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I think it's very I know we're standing out from the crowd and really speaking truth, stuff that people don't feel comfortable about speaking. I know we're in a messianic era, and this is a very serious time to talk and be real about certain subjects that are very deeply affecting our society and the future generation. And today's topic is dating, relationship, and marriage. We'll talk about Jewish and also how it's affecting non-Jewish. So let's get started with the first question of today. What do you think about Messianic era affecting the dating world today?
Okay, so first of all, we need to understand that we are living in the age of Aquarius. Okay, it's an age of revealing. Okay, revealing things that are not supposed to be revealed long time ago, but now the veil is removed. So we need to understand that we have a last generation, and since we're getting close to the revelation of God of Hashem to the world, we are not going to go up. Hashem will go down on earth to reveal himself and transform our world into a spiritual and material world. It's going to be a union between Zerampin and Nukva. Zerampin is Resek Givati Vanessa Od Yezod, and Nukva is Malchut. So we are going to make, you're going to be a zivug of our world. The spiritual world and material world are going to unite. So we need to understand that in a Messianic time, it's going to be more struggle to find a mate. Why? Because the Nachash, the snake, is more in fury because he knows that we are reaching the end of a process of a tikkun, of rectification of the world. Because to understand the dating crisis, we need to look inside the book of Bereshit or Genesis, how it's happened. Because Adam was on the way to go to Shabbat. Because if Adam was going to do Shabbat properly and wait to get to do his marital relationship with Chava in the Shabbat, we are not going to have what our suffering we have today in this world. So it's the same dynamic. The snake now, the snake and the female demon, I cannot say all the name, Lily, okay? They are working hard, very hard to stop the zivugim of the Neshamot, okay, the joining of the souls. And they use different, they know, because we are living on the age of information, they use the social media and all that to distract people. Okay, so we need to understand that Kabbalistically, in your back, in my back, okay, people that are not married, we have a female entity in our back. Okay, and a woman, a masculine entity in the back when they're not married. Which is why in the Torah, when Hashem is saying, I'm going to take Adam, I'm going to do a nesira. It means I'm going to remove Eve from her back, okay, and to put her face to face. It means that the Malchut, that is the back of Zerampin, is going to be present face to Zerampin. So now, since the sin of Adam, Chava, Eve, now is separated. Okay, so Chava, the Eve is no more behind Adam. So it's a void. So what's going on is that every void cannot be void forever. It needs to be filled. But unfortunately, due to the sin of Adam, Lily and other female demons are behind the back of men. Your back. Okay. And female woman, there are also demon men. We call them the Nachash, the snake, Adam Belial, in the back. So they're making sure we're not getting married because they're getting substances of light that are putting us separated, especially right now. Okay, this is the main thing, is that this entity wanted to be separated to have more access to our energy. Okay, when I talk about energy and our, because when you're alone, they're not really alone. When you're struggling dating someone, it means that you need to figure out how to fix yourself to find your right mate, because you are already married with someone else in your back, in the spiritual realm. So you need to make sure how you can remove this entity, okay, and to be present to find someone. Okay, so it's a fight against different spiritual entity, especially right now in different times. We're not alone. When somebody says, I'm very good to be alone, you're not alone. There's someone in your back is taking care of you very well. So men and female. So we need to figure out how to fix that and know how to help people to do that. And this is the main point why you are struggling in the missing time dating. We are not alone. We are invaded by someone that is not supposed to be. So it doesn't want us to get married. So we need to figure out how to do that. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Good. Thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so second question is, what is the Kabbalistic spiritual meaning of marriage? Why is it necessary? Why is it needed to get married according to the Kabbalah?
Okay, so as I said before, to understand the meaning of dating and relationship, you need to read very well the Kabbalistic way of the book of Genesis or Bereshit, in deep. You need to take a different character of this book to understand what is our struggle, how we can resolve our issue, what is the history of dating. So we need to understand that we need to be married. Why? Because especially men need to look to get married. Women also, but women are waiting. But women are not making, they don't have a tikkun, a rectification to do to get married. It's men. We need to do the job. This one woman, she's waiting, and the man is initiating the interaction. This is why when Hashem is said to Adam, it's no good for Adam to be alone, and a man should leave his father and mother to cleave to his wife. Why is not inverse? Because men, Adam as a man, you have a tikkun, you have a responsibility, okay, to go to look for a mate. Why? Because a man, when he's not married, he cannot achieve his potentiality. We need a woman to reach our actualization. Some guys, I don't know, from different red pill movements, all that, we don't need a woman to be something like that. We are not going to achieve anything. But like I said before, we are not really alone. There's someone that is taking care of you. And this entity is really, she makes sure that she have access to your seed of life. Okay, I got to go straight. Masturbation and proximity, all that. All that you feel fulfilled by doing that is an illusion. You are feeling the clipot, you are feeling the entities. And this woman in the back, she's sucking your energy. And by doing that, you are not going to achieve what you need to do. It's an illusion to be alone. You feel very alone. You're not really alone. Any void cannot be void. It needs to be filled. And to get married is a zivug. It's a mean to unite the man with their Rampin and the woman that is the Malchut. The earth, when you see in the Torah, Hashamein v'Haaretz, Bereshit bara Elohim v'Hashamein v'Haaretz, Shamein ve'Haaretz. Shamein is a man, Haaretz is a woman. Why? From earth, the earth to blossom, to make grow the seed, to make plants. You need water from the sky. So it needs the rain. So man is a rain. He give rain to earth, which is woman. They unite and create life. The same way as a woman is a vessel and a man is a giver. So it's a union. By doing that, we produce life. We produce things. We're fulfilling our mission. We thought each one, okay, men.
I like what you're saying,
Yeah.
and I think it's also connecting to masculine and feminine energy. So like if you can elaborate a little bit, like we're fulfilling our mission as a masculine energy, and the women need to pass along and receive and give the feminine energy. So how does it apply, like the energy of masculinity and femininity energy?
Okay, the masculine energy is based on the abstract way, and the feminine energy is about the materiality and the actualization. Man is tough, a woman is talk. Okay, so this is when they say in Hebrew, Ben, son, Ben, it comes from the word libne, to Lebanon, to build, and female is bat. Bat is me, bait, the horse. Okay, so men build the house. So we're building our woman to build a home. So this is how you see how
Oh, I see another correlation, very interesting. Adam
Mhm,
Chava.
mhm,
Adam, Eve is Chava in Hebrew, and Adam is coming from Adama,
mhm,
which means land.
mhm,
So we are the land, we're the givers,
mhm,
which is Chesed,
mhm,
and the females are Chava,
mhm,
which Chava means a farm. They're
mhm.
holding and harvesting the land that we're giving them to store it and contain it to grow, and that's the Gevurah.
Definitely. So marriage is to build and have a continuity. Okay, people fall in love is to reproduce. It's a tool that Hashem used in evolution to make people to reproduce. This is the main point, to have children. That's the main point. You need to prove to reproduce, to fill the world. This is why we need to get married. And when you get married, we have more capability and we are more we create like a more safety to create a family and to have children, to raise them in the right way, to protect and cultivate the earth. This is what Hashem said to Abraham. This is what he said to Adam. Oh, you create Adam, you need to take care of a garden, cultivate the garden. What that mean? Abraham is going to cultivate the garden. This is a woman. You need to take care of a woman. You cultivate a woman. And if you cultivate a woman, is written in the Torah. The earth, the land was created the first day, but it was not, there was not like vegetation. Why? Because Hashem want to create men first, and the man is going to cultivate the land to produce what? Children, who are the herb and plants. Do you see the Kabbalistic way to see things? So this is the main thing. It's to create life. It's to create life, to get married, and to build
Yeah.
a family to the continuity of the world. That's the main point. So
Thank you. And I really see the connection between the Chesed, Gevurah, and Tiferet is the baby of the masculine and feminine.
beautiful say.
So thank you for explaining it.
Yeah.
We move on to the next question. This might be a little bit sensitive to some people, but I'll put it in a different way to explain it.
Mm.
Feminism has a positive and negative aspects in terms of financial resources, in terms of equality, but also between roles of like we talked about, as a role specifically that are meant for a masculine energy to provide in certain ways, and for family a feminine energy, or for females to contain the energy, they need to also do a specific role. So my question is, how is feminism and gender roles affecting today society in dating world? How is it connected to Kabbalah? And we talked earlier about the first question that I asked you about Messianic era. That's something that I heard between the moon and the sun, as the sun is the masculine energy and the moon. I heard that when the Mashiach, the Messiah, is coming, it would be an alignment between feminine energy, which is the moon, which is receiving the light of us, of the man, who is the sun, and eventually it will be the equality. They will restore equality. So can you speak a little bit about the association between feminism, gender role, and this era of messianic era?
Okay, very good question. So we need to understand the fact that feminism from a core, it's based on resentment of how men used to treat women. Okay, so the society took advantage of this resentment, okay, for economic gain. So after World War, between World War II, okay, women they start to be involved inside the workforce, and the state figure after the end of the World War II, the state figured out that look at these women, they can produce, and men also can produce. Let them work together, and you're going to increase the GDP. That's the main point. So now it was an experience, and this experience was made to see how men and women if they can work in the same force. Because before 1940, 1960, especially in 1960, men and women were not working the same workforce. So it's very tight, like socially for economic gain. Okay. So the main point is that also some men were taking not seriously women. They were subjugating women, and it rise toward a new group of feminists. So we are like men. We can compete. The thing is that, as you said before, female energy and male energy. Men energy is to compete, to explore, to fight, to conquer. Woman is the energy of receiving, to collect, gather, okay, socializing. So now we try to change, to make the malchut on the top and the zerampin on the back. You know what I mean? You take the malchut on the top and the zerampin on the back. You know where it came from Kabbalah? All this mentality, you know how this came from spirituality? It came from Lily, the first woman of Adam, before Eve. Okay, that's why in Midrash talk about that. Eve is the second wife of Adam. Is an allegory, is a hint inside the Torah when he say that, when Hashem say to Adam, no, Adam say, when he saw Chava, Eve, he say, this one now is the flesh of my flesh. Why Adam said this one? It means that you are someone else. Before, this is what the Zohar show, especially even the Midrash. Because feminism is rooted spiritually to Lily. Because Lily, she wants to be on the top of Adam. She wants to rule on him. Okay? Okay, so Adam told her, you are not supposed to rule on me because Hashem created me to receive a life to give to you. Okay, you cannot be on the top to take the life to give to me because you are changing the order of creation. And you know what? It's backfire. Hashem says it's no good Adam to be alone. He gave a woman that was submissive. Submit is mean to receive. You receive and you realize. The word submissive has not been very well explained. You need to receive something to actualize. So Chava, she understood. So what the snake, he want to trigger the reverse. Okay, so according to Kabbalah, what he has done that is he went to see Chava. He said, you don't need the men to take the light of Hashem. You can take your light, you can take the light of Hashem by your own and be like Hashem. You don't need Adam. Do you see the concept? So the snake, he used separation to make a woman, you can be empowered.
So the snake and Lily try to reverse the roles between masculine and feminine to deceive the energies. And in today, we're still
doing the same.
Who is are females still manipulated by elite, or is this like are they manipulating men?
By a snake. By a snake. Adam Belial. Okay. The snake Adam Belial in the back is there, in the back. He's manipulating a woman, and the back of a man is Lily, the female. Okay. So they are the one that triggered our separation and our desire to not get married. I'm going to say something. If we stop to get married, the Mashiach cannot be born. It's a good plan, right? If you do abortion, okay, you do abortion, you don't get married. the Mashiach is not going is going to have a hard time to be born. This is the hidden plan of the evil forces.
The Mashiach is not going to be born
because this is very deep. Because if there's no marriage, okay? Because the Mashiach need to be born inside the boundary of marriage, marriage to have a real, to have the spiritual energy and the female energy and the masculine energy inside the marriage. This is Mashiach. You need to be born from that. And also is everything that about abortion. The evil side is using that because he want to kill every potential Mashiach. So we live in the spiritual war, and people you see what I'm talking about. We live in spiritual war that most people don't understand. But when you study Kabbalah and the psychology of Kabbalah, you understand. And this female empowerment, it came from Lily. It came from her. She's a spirit. She wants, and she swear she's going to kill every newborn from Adam and Eve. So every she swear for that. So
I understand. So in terms of like the future based on Messianic era, like my understanding that it will be equality between masculine and feminine, between the sun and the moon. Is this correct? And what does it mean about our future if like the gender roles are flipping and female becoming masculine? And that's the idea kind of like feminism, equality, but equality within the energies and our roles, where if this is what it means between the sun and the moon, does this correlate to us, and what does it mean to our future generation of equality between masculine and feminine energy?
Okay. Again, I'm going to take your idea about the sun and the moon, because when you study the Midrash, the moon and on the first day of creation, the moon and the sun, they have the same light. And you know what the moon say? We cannot have two kings in the sky. So Hashem say, oh, you want to be on the top, on the spotlight. And Hashem say, I'm going to remove your light, to reduce your light, and make the sun to be brighter than you. So the moon is feminine, and the sun is masculine. So it was the first issue between the both energy before it get manifested on Earth. So you need to be sure that the both energy are not going to fight each other. You need to have a different a balance. So what he's saying in the Masonic time, also I want to add something. Why we are struggling is because we are reincarnation. We are reincarnation. We have some baggage. Okay, we have some baggage we have done before, and we need to fix it before to have access to our soulmate. Okay, we need to fix something. We need to rectify our deeds. Okay, so some people ask me, how can I do that? But you need to have access to Kabbalah astrology. So I'm an astrologer, so Kabbalah astrologer, so I can give some people some guidance how to fix the tikkun to allow them to meet the soulmate. So if you don't understand the secret of reincarnation, who you are according to an astrological chart, you are going to struggle how to fix your deeds before to meet your soulmate. And guess what? If you live a promiscuous lifestyle, okay, your soulmate also do the same.
We'll have to do another conversation about astrology. I'm very interested, but I also start learning a little bit about Rav Ashlag and the idea behind the astrological science, which is also real, but we also can go behind astrology, and it's not always correct, because as Jewish who keeping mitzvot, we usually go behind astrology, but also like understanding the tikkun is like something individual according to my understanding. So I do want to understand more about reincarnation.
Yeah. So before you leave, about you say that Am Israel Mahal Mazal. Okay. The Zohar Rabbi Shimon said that. Wait a second. If you are Sadiq, as a Yehudi, as a Jew, if you are righteous, you are above a Mazal. If you are a Jew, your Mazal taking care of you. I pick from the Zohar. This is what Zohar say that. He said, don't think that because I'm Jewish, I'm born Jewish, I don't do a mitzvot, and I'm above the mazal. I'm above the astrology. I said, no, you need to be tzaddik.
So yeah, it's right. Like Avraham Avinu, like he went behind, and that's why his name was changed. But I think what I heard is like the idea of just like knowing the future based on mazalot. It's like if someone can know, for example, the history, then there's no purpose of knowing the future or the past for doing tikkun, because the whole purpose of tikkun is constantly fighting to figure out the purpose without, except that God is the only one that can reveal us the purpose. But I like as a person, a human being, almost like it's maybe we'll have another full conversation, because I like to understand like between this and a mediator and other, like how is it connected, how is it different, and like idolizing like magician and all these things that are forbidden in the Torah. So
Yeah.
I need to understand it, but and another time I'm very interested in this also.
Yeah. So before you go, I'm going to say something very quick because there are two concepts of soulmates. Okay, you have a soulmate you receive from your birth. Okay, this is given to you for free. Okay, and your soulmate that you receive in function of your deeds.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to
Very
make next.
interesting.
I'm going to make it a lecture about the
Yeah,
secret of
yeah,
soulmates. So yeah.
yeah. So relating to what you mentioned, I'm very, very interested about reincarnation and tikkun. So my understanding of marriage and a soulmate, you've been one light, and light means it's a soul, right? It's a higher level of a soul, and like you've been separated, and you're there to come back to this light. These soulmates can change between people in a marriage in order, like you said, like to do tikkun. How does it work to like you doing your own, like based on your personal tikkun, your soulmate always changing, and also the other part of it, you have 3 lifetimes to come back in reincarnation according to Arizal and according to the Zohar. So since you have 3 times, this means that you I correct me if I'm wrong, but you also have 3 soulmates opportunities, but you have the number one soulmate that is meant that this is the highest level of like finding that soulmate. That's your mission in life. But if you, that could be also part of reincarnation. Nobody know why we've been reincarnated except God. That's why we should have another session about astrology, because I think that's our purpose in life, to figure out what it is without anyone telling us. That's
I
the
can help people.
mystery
I can help
that
people
God
to
gave.
find that based on astrology, Kabbalah astrology. I can help people to understand why they came back.
Ah,
I can show. I
okay,
can show.
okay.
I can show.
So
And you
we'll
said
have,
something interesting about the reincarnation of soulmates. We have three opportunity, 3 incarnation. If you have been good, okay, the same woman she came again. If in our first life you haven't met her, Hashem send it again. Okay.
and even if you met because there's 3 different potential soulmates,
Same
so even
soul.
if you got number 3 or number 2, you can go another one, so you can find number 1.
It's the same soul she came again. Hashem give us like three chances. You haven't succeed to meet her.
Yeah,
Okay.
three chances to do your tikkun, but also you have 3 soulmates that you can marry between the 3. So you can marry number 3, and next lifetime you meet number 1. Is this correct? Like you
No,
can.
it's not. It's the same woman. She came in your 3 life, but she can have a different body. She can have a different body. She can be born in just Czechoslovakia. She can be born in Rwanda. She can be born in Argentina. Different body, but same soul. She came in different time span, but it's the same neshama. The same girl, she came again.
So you say every person have only one potential soulmate that is supposed to marry. There's no more than one soulmate that is meant for each person.
There's only one soulmate, real one. That's because men's soul and woman's soul, they need to be like, okay. And some people say that, oh, why some forefathers of Torah have like 4 wives, multiple wives?
I was about to
Because
ask, yeah.
yeah. So very simple is that Hashem give you a soulmate, and he also give you wife matrices. Some wife you need to have, okay, to do children's. Your soulmates, and you also are going to have some wives to do children's. This is why our forefathers are different. The soulmate in Zivuk Sheni and Zivuk Rishon. First Zivuk and Zivuk Rishon.
My understanding also of having more than one wife, that was more common in the past between all the forefathers, is that you had a different tikkunim. So each soulmates, so which that's why I'm a little bit like trying to, maybe I'm confused with trying to understand why they had more than one wife. To my understanding, we have more than one soulmate because each soulmate is supposed to do a tikkun to your life of who you're supposed to be in. Of course, you do the tikkun for your soulmate or soulmates.
Okay, I'm going to you forced me to spill the beans. You forced me to say something. Okay, I want to reserve that for next lecture. Is that one soul, your wife, okay, she can have multiple soul inside her. She can speak multiple souls. I don't know if you understand. One soul of your soulmate, okay, she can take some of a spark of a soul to put in other woman.
Like a candle, like
you're smart.
Ashlag was talking about.
You are smart. Like, you're very smart.
You are part of many souls.
You're smart.
It's one soul, but each soul consists of particles of other souls. For example, that light each
when
other.
when Jacob he tried to have children with Rachel, he cannot, and Rachel she give him Bila. What she said, Rachel told him, take her and make the children with her. Rachel, she gives a part of her neshama inside Bila. This is why Bila, she has two hey in her name. Bila, she has two hey. One she has Leha, she has one hey, feminine. But Bila, she has two hey. Why? She has the neshama of Rachel, whole neshama inside her. That's a secret.
Wow.
So she can have another children. So
this is interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand it much better.
Yeah. But I'm going to make a special lecture for that. It's going to be very.
But is this also affecting Yaakov or Jacob tikkun?
Tikkun?
Jacob, more than one wife.
You need to have 12 children. Okay. Why? The 12 constellation. Qu'est-ce que s'il te plaît? 12 constellation.
Okay.
So I got a very good question, but it's very deep. So
okay, last question. I really appreciate everything. This is gonna be a little bit. Some people might be surprised, but this is really realistic. With many men and women of today are facing really hard time finding a soulmate, finding a date. People are picky. This doesn't work. Physical. They don't look the certain height, certain physical look, characteristics. Why is it that we're in this specific era where people, hundreds of dating apps, and people are still single and matchmakers, and you have all the resources in the world, people are desperate and still cannot find a soulmate, they cannot get married? Why do people get and the people that get married usually nowadays are getting married much older age, over 40, compared to before, of course. And or a lot of people also choose not to get married. And finally, how does this affect our future generation?
But is okay, the root is okay, socially, you need to look socially inside the social engineering. People before they were getting married more easy because they were living in town. Okay, small town. People living in a small town, they get married easily because there are a small pool of smaller, how can I say, there is a small pool of dating. And if you want to date a woman to get married, for sure, your siblings or your parents know their family. So people, they're more like, it's like a circle of friends, okay, in town. People know each other. So it's more people living in town. If you look according to statistics, they're getting married more easily and they stay married for long. But after the industrial revolution in the 17th centuries, so men, instead to work in the town, they go to work in the city. And guess what happened? More competition, more men, okay? More men, and your woman also more women. So we live into a very large pool, okay? And now dating app making things more worse. Because people are swapping left and right, because they think the illusion that I have an option. I have a message for my sisters, women. You don't have option when you use the dating app. These men, they are no option. They are just on the dating app. They're not potential husband. They're potential, you know what I'm talking about. They don't see you as a wifey. They just see you as a way to spend time. There are no option. According to statistics, only 18% of people that are using dating app are getting married. It means that at least 1.5, 2% get married by using dating app. I wrote that in my book. It's going to be out very soon, I think next year, in the beginning of February, March. Without Hashem, I'm still working. I want to add something before to publish it. I want to add something. So, dating apps make you think you have a lot of options. And men are using dating app for advantage. And guess what? There's also one thing I want to tell you. So I wrote that also in my book. Because less is is a pyramid. Okay? Women, they need to think something. Listen, most of them, they say that I want to meet a man 6 figures, 6 feet, the 6666666. Guess what? Look at the statistic. Only 10% of men are making 100K in the US. 10%. So 90 or 80% of women are looking for this man. So this man on the top is not going to settle down. He's going to experience his options. He's a catch. And the men on the bottom, okay. Some women, they say, sorry, I'm going to be honest. They say that we have a price. Women said we have a price. You have a price for the person that you don't like. But you don't have a price for a person that you want. I repeat again. You have a price for a person that you don't want or you don't think that is fit for you. But you don't have a price for a top man on the top of the pyramid. You want to, do you see this?
I see. I definitely see it
Yeah.
like connected, because when you have more options in anything, dating, or if you go to a restaurant, you have a huge menu and you see so many options, you get confused, and you feel like you have more and more opportunities, but overall you're ending up getting lost with nothing.
You get my point.
How did it even happen that I know men, we talked about gender role, and also men physically mentally and biblically are born as a materialistic, competitive hunter. The job of a man is to hunt food. The job of a man is to approach, to be delivering to a woman, to start a conversation and to initiate, where the job of a woman is to accept and receive the energy of a man. And that's kind of the nature. But now we're coming into reverse roles where women are becoming a lot more materialistic,
Yeah.
and they are, like you say, choosing physical characteristics to survive, which is absolutely, it's a job of a man to provide, it's a job, but also
Yes.
now associating to physical characteristic and a lot more. How did it change? Why is it happening? And what is it going to happen to our future generation?
Very good question. I'm going to answer you very bluntly. Technology replace men. Machine replace men. So woman, because when I say some people need to study Kabbalah psychology and also evolutionary psychology. It gives you a lot of answer how we behave and give different pattern how to understand about human psyche and our way of choosing our mates and how we survive as a species and so on and so on. Is that technology, women see men providing based on our muscles from evolutionary. What as you say, enter, we run, we show our strength. Now machine and technology is taking this role. So women, they say this is why women say also in feminism mindset, radical feminism, we don't need a man, of course, because you have technology to replace to replace men. You have a technology to replace men. So if we don't equilibrate stuff to add more spirituality in our technological world, because spirituality is there on pin and technology is malchut. If we don't pour a lot of spirituality, good deed, psychology, especially spirituality and Kabbalah, because the Kabbalah gives you the essence of everything on earth. The materiality is going to win. It's going to overcome the spirituality. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to get to reproduce. People are going to go to look in every well-developed country in the world. Look at the statistic. They don't make babies. It's a
Mhm.
normal thought to say.
So this is going to affect that Mashiach is not coming. Um, Additionally, the devil or the evil inclination of Lily is going to control us. And I think in
Mhm.
addition to technology manipulation, it's a problem of females. A lot of them are of, I think many of them are being banned and abused by men, because men in the past had abundance and they misused their energy that female started to reject, and that's also rise to using feminism energy. And
Mhm.
now there's too much of feminism, which is when there's feminism, women don't need men.
Mhm.
And even though they do need it, but they feel comfortable. And a lot of people are in this age and era, both male and female are not getting married. So now we're coming to a point of females, a lot of them, they feel comfortable with other females, and that's becoming a lot more lesbian
Mhm.
because of this. And this is also a big blockage because there's a rise of not to I don't know how to say it in different words, but yeah, there's a rise of lesbian and gay because and it's a I don't know how it's like
Okay.
what's caused it all of a sudden to rise,
Okay.
but it's a big rise.
Mhm. So you say something again, they're going to make a lecture about that also, the origin of lesbianism and gay mentality based on Kabbalah. What is the secret behind that? So I want to tell you something. Most people that were gays, lesbian, I want people to listen to what I say. They're being sexually assaulted when they were children. 90% of them. According to statistics, psychological statistics, I have some friends that are psychologists, and most people that were gender issues and gay and lesbianism, they have been sexually molested as a children. That's a fact. You can look.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Malachi.
Yes.
Looking forward doing another meeting with you, and thank you for answering the questions.
Oh yeah.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.